Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. In this video today, I'm going to be taking some plain gel plate prints and just adding some stamping to them, basically. I mean, super simple. But if you have some papers that are a little on the plain side, one way to kind of fix that, if you don't want them plain, is to add stenciling and stamping. So today I'm adding stamping. And I got versifying clear, which means, on a painty surface is not porous, so you'll need to let that dry. And most of the stamps I'm using today are from PM Artist Studio. Their website is just pmartiststudio.com. And I guess I decided to go ahead and rip this one up already. Because these will be used in collage, most likely. I might make some scrap packs. I don't know yet. So that one I just used two different stamps, so not a lot. This one, let's see, what do I do with this one? I don't know. It's been like over a week since I actually made this video. And I did it in the living room where there's people. And so I was like, okay, I'll just record and then I can do kind of double speed. This is 2 times speed. So of course, if you watch me in 2 times speed, it'll be 4 times speed. But I think that you get the gist of what's happening even at 2 times speed. So now I'm using the bubble wrap stamp with just a light green, so it's just a really subtle change. And then this one I'm using the coffee color, which it needs to be re-inked, so it's not coming out super dark, but that's what I want. I want more of a distressed look. So this is one of the damask stamps. That's one of my designs. I have fun making damask designs. I have an app that I use that gets it all symmetrical for me. Although I have now figured out how to do that in Procreate as well. And then this stamp is from Tim Holtz. I guess my husband got a phone call. He was like talking and stomping through the house. I don't know what's up with that. I think the neighbor must have called him because he went outside. So yeah. So, oh, and then I've also got some smaller pieces that just needed a little more on them. So that they'd be more fun to play with, in my mind, This ends up being super subtle because I try using the white ink, which also gets messed up because my stamps are never clean. So it barely shows. It's like super subtle. I think I used this piece in the collage altered book that I'm making. Yeah, I tried to get off as much ink from that stamp as I could before I stuck it in the white. And that is the unicorn ink, right? Hold on, I'll tell you which white ink that was. No, that was not the unicorn one. This one was Memento Luxe wedding dress. So it doesn't work quite as well. The one that is my favorite one to use is the one that Marami Small Art recommended, which I think is called Unicorn for the color. I can't remember. I'll have to look for it. It's not with my other inks, because why would it be with my other inks? That would just make sense. So now I'm like, I wonder where that white ink is, because that other white ink that I have, which I think is Unicorn, if somebody remembers, say so in the comments. Because I can't remember the brand or anything. But that would be helpful because it's the best. The one that Marami Small Art, the one that Marta from Marami Small Art, the one that she recommends is the best one. And I probably put it in a safe place. So safe, it's safe from me. You know how that goes. I like these stamps as a background stamp. These circles, they're fun. I just like those designs. I think it's an in-house design, so I think Brad designed them, Mariah's husband, Brad. If you don't know who PM Artist Studio is, it is a small family business, mother-daughter duo, Patricia and Mariah. Patricia is the mom, Mariah is the daughter. And then most of the production of the stamps and stencils, it's all done in-house, all done to order. And so that's just mostly Mariah and Brad that do that. Patricia makes the fun little pieces. They usually send like 2 small scraps pieces of gel plate prints that Patricia has made. So that's her part of it. She makes the extra little bits, the fun bits, like, kind of the thank you for ordering from us bits. So and I'm tearing off the white pieces too, because it just is nice to have It just, you can see what it's supposed to look like when it's like that. So I've just got, and this one's not even that boring because I had done some stamping on it before. I put the paint on it, which you can kind of see in the background a little bit. And I'm just adding some more. What color was I just use that? Like, it's not super dark. It might be the Twilight. I didn't have black on me. So any dark colors you see, I'm using either the brown, which might be Fallen Leaves, or the Twilight. Yeah, that one was Twilight, I think, which is just like a navy blue, dark blue, one of my favorites to use. And I'm okay that it's not stamping perfectly. It just gives it that distressed look, which is my preference. And 2 or 3 stamps on each page seems to be enough to just give it some pizzazz. Oh, here's one of my favorite stamps. I'm using that green again, just so like it's like really subtle and just randomly. It's kind of a pattern, but kind of random. Because I don't know if some of these pages might end up being journal pages in journals, and some of them will be torn up smaller to either go in scraps kits for Cheryl's live sale or in my shop, or to be used to make ephemera. That's an IMPP stamp that Mariah gave me. It is, I think, the Dream one, which is like some handwriting by Froyle Davies. Sometimes I can remember whose stamp is whose. Like this one is Carrie's Grungy Circles, the smaller size that I'm using. So we've got a couple different types of circles on there, and they're different sizes. I say it all the time, but I will, for the new people out there, when I am using patterns, I try to vary the sizes, and that's what I think helps it to look good. Like if I used all the same size pattern, it would just look really busy. But where I had those big rosettes and then the medium circles, and well, the writing was somewhere in between, maybe, I don't know. And like here, I'm using these big circles, and you know, they're getting more distressed as I run out of ink on the stamp, and I'm fine with that. That just gives me different variations. Now we've got the Chianti that I'm about to use with the bubble wrap. And then, so now I have the small bubble wrap. So that's a different size pattern. And sometimes I will overlap the patterns. And then that one had numbers in the background, which was an even smaller pattern. So, and this is not printing perfectly, which is what I want. I don't even know if I re-inked it that time. I think I was just trying to get off the last bits of that. So, and I think some of these I might have cut down to tags. I don't remember if I did it in this video or not. I don't know. We'll see. That rosette is what I have favorite. I don't know that there's like, I keep saying certain stamps are my favorites. I like to use them. I like the look. I like the grungy look of that rosette. And then we've got I was like, okay, circles. Now I'll try some straighter lines. I don't know what color I just used, but it barely shows, apparently. I think I show these at the end, closer up. I hope I do. We'll see. So what do you do? Tell me in the comments. What do you do when you have some kind of plain papers that don't have a lot going on them? Do you just kind of leave them like that? Do you add stuff? Do you doodle? Like sometimes I'll doodle on it too. Like there's just different ways. I was in my living room when I did this, so I didn't have a lot of stencils on hand, but stencils are a good way to do this. Oh, this is one of the July release stamps. I think that June or July, that Patricia designed, and it just kind of makes a nice grungy overall pattern. In distress, it gets more distress as it goes down the line, and I like that. Still gives nice background. Oh, and some nested circles. There we go. So yeah, what do you do to zhuzh up your papers? I guess that's kind of what this is, some zhuzhing up. I was a little worried that the green would be too Christmassy, but I think it was light enough that it did not give a Christmas vibe. Fortunately, I'm using a couple different sizes of the nested circles in different colors, just for fun. And then once you cut these down to like tag sizes, they're just so different. It's just really cool, I think. I mean, maybe you don't. I do. Oh, orange. Let's just add a little orange for fun, because it's next to the red on the color wheel, so we know it will work. And green is opposite on the color wheel from red, so we know that will work too. You know, right now we have turquoise. So what color am I using? Oh, turquoise, apparently. It's actually called a Warm Breeze, and some on Amazon, some of them look like they're blue, and some of the packaging looks like it's turquoise, and it is more of a turquoise color. Now I'm going in with, I don't know, anybody know what color oh, Chianti. Chianti. It's kind of a maroon color. So if you're looking for VersaFine inks and you have any question about certain colors, there's a good chance I have it and I could show it to you. Well, like if I find a clean stamp, I could show what it looks like. Most of my stamps are not clean. So this, I think, is a pretty good example of like a large pattern, a small pattern, and what was the other one? And a medium pattern. Yeah, just mixing up those pattern sizes and overlapping as well. That's what layering. It's all about the layers, you know. Like this one's not super, super plain. I mean, it's a little plain, but it's got the two colors in the background. It's got kind of a burgundy happening and the teal. And then I'm just going on with some of the Chianti burgundy color. And just kind of doing an overall pattern. Because when it gets down to a smaller piece, it'll look different anyway. And because that had green on it, it's going to come out more brown probably with the red and green mixed on the stamp. And some script. These are my newest script stamps that I got finally, you know, after time. I got some of the Tim Holtz because his stuff is expensive. So, you know, when you're looking at PM Artist Studio stuff and thinking, well, that's kind of expensive. Well, because it's quality. It has to do with quality. It's not the cheap stuff you get from Temu. At least it better not be. They better not steal our stuff. We would be very upset. We work hard on our stuff. So yeah, this one's got lots of layers. And I like it. I like the layers. I just think it adds a lot. So you'll have to tell me, do you prefer the befores or the afters on these papers? I think we got, no, so this one's got this really weird gray overcoat to it, kind of, sort of. So I'm going with the bright pink to brighten it up a little bit. What is the name of, Glamour, I think is the name of that pink. And I'm using, I think I used all VersaFine inks today. So that brightened it up a little bit to push back some of that gray. And then I think this is the Dreams again. It's an IMPP. It says IMPP on the back, so it does not stand. I think it's got a little bit of edges on it. I think I did kind of file them a little bit. And I'm not afraid to go more than one direction with my script. Some people don't like to do that, but if you think of script as lines, then you're just doing vertical and horizontal lines. That's all. That's okay. If you still don't like to do it in different directions, it's okay. I still don't like to do it at angles. So some people do it at angles. I don't do that. And I think that big stamp was no, that's not the Celtic one. I think I did, or is it? I don't even know. Might have been the Celtic one. I thought I did. Yeah, that's the Celtic stamp. All right, and then I guess I did cut them up. I couldn't remember. And I do, I don't know if I did a separate video to show them all cut up or not. I'll have to check in a minute. But if not, then pay attention to what I'm doing now. But I'll have to like save this and then go back out and add it to the end if I did. So this is now in 4x speed because, you know, it's just cutting up pieces. And I try to get them all in similar size pieces. Like I usually do like a 3x6, 4x6, 3x5, 4x2.5, and then like 5x2.5 if I'm going to do the punch at the top. And so if I do find that video, then you'll see what I'm talking about. So this is just me cutting it up, and I could have done it blind cut. It really wouldn't matter one way or the other. And then where there's a lot of white on those, I could just leave that white. Oh, here's the punch. See, you get to see it get punched. Those ones I usually do 5 inches because that cuts off like a quarter, almost half an inch off the top. Or cuts off some off the top when it does that shape. These are not like super heavy papers. I'll probably still need to back them or use them on collage, but I'll probably just back them. That's just the easiest thing to do. But yeah, that's just an off-camera kind of deal that I'll do at some point because no one wants to watch that. I know collaging can be like relaxing for some of y'all, but there's a point to where it's just like a little much. And all those offcuts, I will save the smaller offcuts as well, and I will probably use those to make pockets and stuff. I will be doing a video on that at some point. But you can see, you know, what happens when you do the marking all over the paper and then you cut it down to these smaller pieces. You got some really cool pieces of ephemera to use. And that's kind of why I do it. All right, so there may be a bit on the end where I show these all cut, but there may not be. So if not, have a delightful day. Love you.